Now, it's been one of America's most prestigious institutions for decades, and it has been a fount of history and culture and American pride for as long as most Americans can remember. And the term here that has been appropriated by the American left, history, and preserving it has led to a lot of damage to our morale, to our national pride, and now a plot that was just exposed by the Trump administration to attack our 250th anniversary of American independence. Well, it has been exposed, and so now Trump is taking over. Before we get into the story, please like, share, and comment at Explain America. We appreciate your support for common sense journalism. Now, I'm sure you have associated the Smithsonian Institute with the hallmark of excellence when it comes to preserving American history, but things have taken a turn for the worst at the institution, and so now it's been exposed that Marxist ideologues have taken over, and they have done their damnedest to drag America down by erasing the positive things in its history, such as America's independence, the gains made by the founding fathers, the brilliant ideas that they laid out, and to emancipate humanity and to undertake a revolution, not just against the British Empire, but a revolution of ideas that has been a resounding victory for humankind. It has advanced prosperity, it has advanced freedom, it has advanced equality over decades and decades, and it's been a very hard-won victory. I don't want to sugarcoat this because blood was spilled between the American Revolution through the Civil War. Millions of people died in the battle for our ideas and for our identity, and they want to erase our identity. They want us to feel guilty to be an American or feel guilty to be white. And the path to redemption, according to the Marxists, is to embrace their warped ideology, their identity politics, their critical theory. And so this report by the Trump administration lays out how they were able to infiltrate the Smithsonian Institute and to attack our celebration of our independence. And they muted a lot of the founding documents and principles, including the Declaration of Independence, the Pledge of Allegiance, and they replaced it with a celebration of Marxist ideologues such as Angela Davis, and there are countless other examples of this, but they nearly universally condemned the founding fathers by associating them with slavery, ignoring things like Thomas Jefferson and his work to emancipate the slaves through his ideas. The draft Declaration of Independence really made this clear that slavery was condemned. The Constitution endeavored to put an end to the importation of slaves in 20 years' time. The 3/5 clause was intended to weaken the representation of Southern slave-holding states. And that was to transition America away from slavery, which had been the standard in world history since humankind first began documenting their history. So this is really a much-needed wake-up call for Americans that their country is in danger of being drastically revised. And I think that Howard Zinn, with The People's History of the United States, is an example of communists rewriting history. It is one of the most popular history books. It is not history. I've read it. It's just pablum. It's just Marxist trash. It's not balanced at all. It is just a example of propaganda masquerading as history. And I'm not asking for the United States to be lionized or Founding Fathers biographies to be whitewashed or sanitized. The complexity of American history should make us appreciate more the significance of our endeavor to emancipate humankind and to work progressively, in the true sense, towards a future where we're equal and free and our rights are respected by our government and we are represented by those we elect and they hear the will of the people and they obey it. They are our employees and not our masters. That is the message of the American Revolution. But of course, they are trying to overturn this because all Marxists care about is power. They're willing to lie and deceive and distort history in order to achieve it. And it's quite Orwellian what the Smithsonian Institution undertook, but the Trump administration has signaled that it's being taken over and they're going to clean up the trash that the Marxists have littered in our prestigious institution of the Smithsonian Institute. So weigh in with your thoughts about this. Do you think that this is an appropriate measure? Do you think that we should be removing Marxist ideologues from our institutions because they don't respect our institutions, they don't respect our Constitution, they don't respect our freedom, they don't respect our rights? We saw this all on vivid display during the Biden administration where they censored people who disagreed with the official narratives. That was a sneak preview of what happens when Marxists are in control. And so it's quite chilling if you ask me, and the Trump administration needs to take aggressive action, not just in the Smithsonian Institute, but with our radicalized universities. They have been taken over and turned into propaganda mills. That's not what higher education is for. It's supposed to expand our mind, challenge our beliefs, not cherry pick our curricula to leave out counter arguments to Marxism, as I know firsthand. Going through graduate school and PhD program, I know they cherry pick the curricula to leave out the strongest arguments against socialism. So weigh in with your thoughts about this story. We always appreciate hearing from you at the Becker Brief.